All right, I think I'm going to start. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. My name is Sally Frost. I'm the Public Relations Manager in the College of Agriculture, Engineering and Science. That is the college that you have joined, either doing a science degree or an engineering degree. And we offer you a warm welcome, and we're very glad that you've chosen UKZN. We know that coming from school to university can be quite daunting, and we know you're not on campus, and that's also daunting, and you might have lots of questions. So, the point of this afternoon is to put your mind at rest and to answer as many questions as we can. So, we'll get going shortly, but just to start the meeting officially, I have Dr. Bobby Varghese, who is our director of our Center for Science and Engineering, and he'll give you a welcome. Bobby, over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Frost. Thank you for this opportunity. Good afternoon to all of you. On behalf of the Deputy Vice Chancellor of our college, Professor Fatuwani Mudau, the College Dean of Teaching and Learning, Professor Naven Chetty, the Dean of the School of Agriculture and Science, Professor Ademola Olaniran, and the Dean of the School of Engineering, Professor Glenn Bright. And on my own personal behalf, it is my greatest pleasure to welcome each one of you to the College of Agriculture, Engineering and Science. Also, welcome to this our virtual student orientation session. Today is the first orientation for 2026. And I can safely say that from today, you are part of the CAES family. My name is Dr. Bobby Varghese, as Dr. Frost has already mentioned, and I'm the head of the Teaching and Learning Center in our college. I'm really excited and glad that so many of you have joined us for your first meeting with UKZN. And all of you, most of you who have received and confirmed offers from the college, some of you are even registered for modules, I suppose. But this afternoon, we will take you through various topics that will help you immensely to calm you with all your doubts that you have about our college, about the disciplines that you are going into, about registration issues, and so on and so forth. And this, I believe, will help in your transition to UKZN and to our college. As Dr. Frost said, I'm also very glad that you have made UKZN as your university of choice. You may not know this, but let me tell you that you are in the 4th best university in South Africa, the 6th best university in Africa, and UKZN is the 506th best university in the whole world. And this among close to 12,000 universities across the world that were reviewed last year. And if I talk about various disciplines in our college, our disciplines also achieved recognition in several academic areas in the 2025 QS World University Rankings, from 159th position in space science to 315th position in agriculture in the world, and the 470th place for chemistry. And this across all the universities in the world. Our disciplines are leading in teaching and learning and in research. So you can be proud of the fact that you now study at UKZN and especially in our college. With a rich heritage of over 110 years and very famous alumni who have passed out of the university, we look forward to welcoming you to one of our campuses, the 3 campuses that we have in Pietermaritzburg and 2 in Durban. We look forward to welcoming you next week. So, we see the potential in you, and you could be that great scientist or engineer that South Africa has to offer. So in the College of Agriculture, Engineering and Science, we have a wide range of qualifications that you can get your degree in our schools from. Not limited to computer science, various streams in agriculture, various disciplines in engineering, various qualifications in biotechnology, like your microbiology, your biochemistry, genetics, cellular biology. We have geological sciences. We have environmental sciences, marine biology, and just to name a few. I can't go on with the list because we have close to 22 different qualifications in our own one school of science and agriculture. And engineering as well. We have 8, 9 different qualifications and architecture. But the most important thing that I want to emphasize to you students this afternoon is that you will be taught by highly qualified, trained and experienced academic staff, some of whom are well recognized in their field, they're renowned in their field, and have a good standing in the academic area of that subject. Another important aspect is that we focus on the holistic development of our students. We have a well-structured first-year experience program, academic advising for all students. We have academic monitoring and support programs for various subjects, counseling for socio-psychological problems, and all these things, helps us to bring that well-grounded and employable graduate that we want in you. And this person that you become in the next 3 or 4 years can become a change maker in your community. Remember that you do not get this opportunity by default to study in our college. You have earned it by working hard in your metric year. And you would be amazed to know that what a small percentage of applications are successful in our college. And that's because of the very strict entry requirements. However, entering into a qualification is not good enough. You have to complete it in minimum time, if possible, and then exit your qualification successfully to be employed or to continue further in your studies. Social experts, education experts, they believe that there are 3 main factors that makes you struggle in studies or makes you unsuccessful as a student. And the top among them is complacency, waiting for the last moment, the day before the exam, to do everything. Number 2 is learned helplessness, they say. To say yourself that I cannot do this, it's too hard for me. And number 3 is the path of least resistance, finding shortcuts, doing the bare minimum just to pass, and those kind of things. But then on the contrary, there are other factors that can make you very successful as a student to sail through your qualification. And prime among them is the skills that we develop as a student, the growth potential to grow, do something daily, on a daily basis, to be a better student in reading, in writing, analytical skills, and above everything, developing resilience and having the graduate attributes that will make you successful even after your qualification is over. Attitude that we cultivate through mentoring. You need to understand that failure is not an enemy. Sometimes it happens, but we win and sometimes we learn, we carry on. And number 3 is the values that we instill. Many people accept the way of life that is. They do not lead it. And you would get various opportunities, various situations and avenues and clubs and platforms and friends and mentors and teachers. And all these in our college will make you leaders and champions for life. These are not just big words. Many have done in the past for decades, and you are at the crossroads to do this in your cohort. One great American scientist, Thomas Alva Edison, who had hundreds of patents to his name, he once said, genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. And this emphasizes that the idea of success is largely driven by hard work and effort and perseverance rather than just innate talent or sudden moments of inspiration. So with this, let me not continue to talk on and on, but rather give the program coordinator time to give you very relevant and important information that is key for the orientation today. Let me welcome you once again to our college and wishing you all the very best to you having a fruitful and many successful years at the College of Agriculture, Engineering and Science. We have well-trained and very committed group of staff, academic staff, professional staff, and various support platforms that will help you to take this journey with us. So thank you, Dr. Frost, for this opportunity. Over to you.
Thanks very much, Dr. Varghese. Okay, we're going to go straight into our program. The first thing I want to show you is our orientation website. And let me find it. Right. That should be sharing shortly. So this is any questions you have. This is where you must go because you will find the answer here. So you Google CAES, College of Agriculture, Engineering and Science, CAES, orientation, and it will take you to this page. And on this page, it's got the links for the 3 sessions we're having, today in English, tomorrow in Zulu, and Thursday is specifically for the School of Engineering. So that's Architecture, Land, Surveying and Engineers, academic orientation. There's information about next week where you are allowed on campus. There will be information desks and tours on each campus, and there's an academic success boot camp, which is compulsory on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoon. Here's the information. There's information for agriculture and science students, which are all the slideshows that will be shared today are here. There's information for engineering students. If you're looking for your timetable, here it is. Science students, if you're looking at how to access your timetable, here is all the information. There's information about student support centers, about your curriculum, frequently asked questions, useful links. If you want to know where the campus clinic is, there's information. If you want to know about housing and residences, there's information. If you want to know about IT, setting up your email or getting LAN access, there's information. So it's all there. Campus maps, if you're lost, there's the information. People to contact, there's the information. So please, if you remember one website, it's CAES Orientation, you will find all the information you want there. Today's session is being live streamed on YouTube. I see we've got about 500 people on YouTube watching. The recording of the session will be put onto the orientation website. So if there's anything you miss or you want to refer back, it will be there. Then also, you will see at the top of your screen, there is a Q&A button. If you have questions, please type them in to the Q&A, not the chat, into the Q&A. And we have a panel of experts here in the background who are monitoring the Q&A, and they will type answers back to you. So any specific questions you have about something that's bothering you, please type it into the Q&A. All right, that's the groundwork done. I'm now going to go into our session, and it takes the form of questions and answers about different issues. And the first speaker I'd like to call up is Mobile Ntuli, who is a former student from UKZN. She's gone right up to master's level at our university. So, Mobile, I'd just like you to talk to us about what it's like being a UKZN student, different from school, a few quick tips for success. If you can just show yourself, Mobile. Thanks. Over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Frost. Can you see me?
Yes, we can see you.
Okay, so good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to UKZN. My name is Mobile Mthuli, and I will basically be answering 3 questions that will be speaking about my experience as a UKZN student, which when I really think about, has really turned into things I wish I knew and things that I wish I did when I was a first-year student at UKZN. So maybe we can get right into the first question. Okay, let me just right there. So if I were to answer this question, what is it like being a UKZN student? Well, basically for me, starting at UKZN was a really pivotal moment for me because here I was finding my way into what at the time felt like the real world. I basically struggled to navigate my way around my newfound freedom and basically staying disciplined. It was not really easy. However, with all the support services that UKZN offers, at the end, I was able to actually find my way around. UKZN offers support services from lecturers, academic advisors, and even counselors themselves. So in the end, I was really able to find my way around. Basically, also, UKZN is not just an institution that also just inspires academic excellence, but it is also a melting pot of diversity. So you will be able to find or get the opportunity to actually meet new people from all walks of life, form your own community, and create memories that will not only help you grow personally, but also academically as well. And then let me jump right into the next question. How is varsity life different from school? For my part, I'd really say that it is quite imperative for you to actually understand that university will be different from school in the sense that even though there is more room for opportunities and new experiences and new growth, now your academic success really depends on you. So you are responsible for basically your own schedule. No teacher will constantly be on your face to force you into studying. Which leads me into my last 3 points, which is going to be my 3 tips for success. Okay, the first one will basically be, please ensure that you make use of all the resources that are available to you as a student. You will get to hear about some of them in this orientation, and they will basically help you in terms of navigating your way, or rather your life as a UKZN student. And then the second point I would like to make is that please do not procrastinate. Whatever it is that you need to do, whether it is an assignment that you need to submit or that you need to do, or practical that you need to prepare for, or a test that you need to study for, please do it now, get it done, and you will basically achieve your desired goals. And then lastly, I would like you to please remember to stay grounded. Know your why. Always have that, I know why I am here and I know what is it that I'm trying to achieve. Thank you so much and good luck, everybody.
Thanks very much, Mobile. I think those were wise words. If you can stop sharing your screen, Mobile, and we will move on to registration. Now, I think some of you, you've accepted your offer and you've registered just fine and you're over that hurdle. Some of you are battling to register because it's all online and it's quite new and it's quite difficult. So I'd like Bonga Mapanga, who works in our academic admin office, just to talk you through the process to follow if you haven't yet managed to register. Bonga, if you can share your screen and show yourself and unmute.
Thank you, Sally. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to UKZN. My name is Bonga Mapanga. I'm an academic admin officer at the College of Agriculture, Engineering and Science. So I'll take you through the process of registration. Okay. Once you accept the firm offer, you'll get the link. You get the link via the SMS or email. And if you click to that link, it will take you to this page. Let me share my screen. Can I please share my
If you
screen?
can also turn on your camera, Bonga, that's off.
Yeah, okay, I'll share my screen with you now. Okay, share screen. If you click that link, sorry, it'll take you to this page. Then you must type in your student number like this. Okay. 226 154. Then since you're a first year student, since you're a first year student, you type in your student number here. Then you go to you said you forget the PIN. Once you click here, forget the PIN, they will send you the PIN via SMS. You put that PIN here. Put mine here. Okay. Then you click or login. Then it will take you here. Then you go to UKZN web registration. You click here. Then you go to accept the rules and regulation. If you didn't accept the rules and regulation, you won't finish your registration. You just go here and accept. Oh, okay, it's already accepted. Then you go to the new registration. You click here. Oh, this person is not registered. Okay, once you accept the rules, you go to new registration. Then it will show you the module that you need to select. On your left, it will be the modules, and on the right hand side, that will be a timetable block. You need to click to the letters there. You don't have to repeat the letters. If you click A, don't repeat A on the next module. Then after you finish clicking those modules, you accept the registration. Then then you get your proof of registration. But if you are not financially cleared, you'll get the error message that you need the clearance. Once you get the clearance, then you need to accept the registration. Then that's it. Thanks.
Okay, thanks, Bonga. If you can stop sharing. And just to make the point, if you are a NSFAS student and you have been given funding by NSFAS, you are automatically cleared for registration. If you are a self-funded student, you have to pay a 7,300 Rand registration fee, and the system will allow you to register, but your registration will be parked until you have paid that 7,300 Rand. So just remember that if you're having a problem with your registration. Okay. Presuming you have registered, the next question is academic advice, what modules I should be taking, etc., etc. So I'd ask Ashwin Manival, please to take us through your slides on academic advising. Ashwin, over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Frost. I trust you all can see my PowerPoint.
Yeah, it needs to be full screen, Ashwin.
Full screen now?
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so first of all, let me congratulate the students who have registered with us. on doing well in matric and registering for the courses that you wanted. I'm sure you're going to have a very good time at university, and you're going to work hard and you're going to achieve everything you want to. So my name is Mr. Ashwin Manival. I'm part of the department in our college, which is CASI, the Center for Academic Success in Science and Engineering. So my purpose today is to advise you concerning curriculum. So what this means is when you come to university and after you do the acceptance, and you have to come to the point where you pick modules. So my job today is to give you a breakdown to show you how this process of picking modules is done, sort of curriculum advising, and then helping you to build your module base for this first year. So the first thing we have to do is look at the bigger picture of UKZN. So at UKZN, there's 4 colleges. Our college is the College of Agriculture, Engineering, and Science. And in our college, there are 2 schools. So School of Agriculture and Science, and then you've got the School of Engineering. Today, I'm going to focus on the School of Agriculture and Science. Engineering will have their own day in which they'll present their disciplines. There's a few things you need to understand. So we have this book, it's called the College Handbook. You can obtain it from the website that Dr. Frost would share with you. We also have hard copies at university. But the College Handbook is the most important sort of book. It's more important than your textbooks, okay? You need to have a copy, either digital or a physical copy of the handbook. You need to know where your qualification is in this handbook. You need to be able to read the rules about that qualification so that you don't get caught in technicalities, that you don't pick something wrong, or you don't do something wrong that you're not supposed to, and then there will be repercussions for that. So it's extremely important from the outset that I tell you, you have to make yourself familiar with that handbook. So you have to look at the handbook. You have to figure out what qualification am I registering for. You have to know the name of the qualification. You have to try and figure out what modules is my qualifications and the major require me to register for. How do I go about selecting electives? So in this sense, a qualification is the degree for which you have applied for and have been accepted into, and for which you will be registering. The modules or the courses that you will study. Qualifications have specific modules and number of credits that have to be done in order for that qualification to be awarded to you. If you don't complete the necessary modules, you can't receive the qualification, right? And then a discipline will have modules and majors which belong to it. Now, to start this process, I'm going to explain the structure of a qualification, rules, and requirements. So this is an example. This is from the handbook, College Handbook for 2026, page 80. And this is the structure of the Bachelor of Science degree. So this is for the 3-year degree. And you can see that this is a snapshot of a page that's from it. So you will get the book. You will also read this page. But just to draw your attention to some critical information. So the first one, 384 credits over all 3 years have to be done. So credits are sort of like points. Every time you pass a module, you obtain credits for it. And you need to obtain a certain number of credits in order to obtain the degree, and it's 384. Now, these credits have a certain way that they are distributed amongst level 1, level 2, and level 3. So the modules that you have, they either belong to level 1 modules, level 2, or level 3, and you need a certain number of credits. So the first point here, you can see that at least 128 credits have to be at level 3. Then it says at least 96 credits at level 2, and at least 96 credits at level 1. And if you do the maths on that, you end up with a maximum number of credits at level 1, which is 160. And so the structure of a BSc degree, which is a 3-year degree, now this is the degree I'm specifically talking about. Again, these points come from the previous page, but I've jotted them down here. At least 60 at level 1, at least 96 at level 1, at least 96 at level 2, and at least 128 at level 3. Elective modules. Now, elective modules you get two types of modules that make up your qualification. The first one are core modules. So these core modules are core to the degree. They're specific modules that the handbook tells you have to do. Then there will be some credits that you can do called electives, where you have the freedom to choose a module that you want to put in that place. So the module is not specified, but the credits are specified, and these are called electives. And so you can choose modules for these unspecified credits. One of the rules is you're only allowed 32 credits outside the college. So for example, if you want to do modules from another college in law and management, you can take some modules from there. But those modules will only count at level 1. They will not count at level 2 and 3. So even if it's a secondary module that you're taking, it'll only count towards your level 1 modules in this college. Those are rules, right? Students must pass and obtain credits for Zulu 101. Now, this is very important. If you are a student who are not Zulu speaking and you did not do Zulu at high school as a language, the first language, then you have to do Zulu 101 at university. If you are a student where Zulu is your home language and you did do it at school, or even if it's just your home language, you don't have to do Zulu 101, but you have to complete something else in its place to make up those credits for the Zulu 101. Students will need to go to the language department. If you're a student where Zulu is your home language, you will have to go to the language department, and they will give you exemption for this when you get to university. But remember, you have to pick something else to fill up the credits, right? The next thing is at UKZN is relatively new, but we have the critical social justice and citizenship module. This is a very good module. It helps students to understand society. Remember, when you come to university, you're not just coming to learn to be a scientist. A good university will teach you as a student as a holistic being. So we're not just producing people who are smart and intelligent and go out and conquer the world. We're trying to create responsible social citizens. And so this module is designed to teach our students about society and certain justice aspects of it. And remember, this is a non-credit bearing module, so you don't get credits for it. Also, as a first year student, you will have to go through the first year experience modules. There's 4 of them situated around the year. They're virtual modules online. You must complete them during this first year. Okay. So finally, the way the credits get split amongst level 1, 2, and 3, you can have different splittings. You can see here the 3 different splittings. In each of these, you'll still do 128 credits at level 3, but your first year and second year credits can be exchanged amongst each other. So that, for example, you do 160 at level 1 and 96 at level 2, you do 144 at level 1, 112 at level 2. The choice is yours in this regard, but those minimum 96, you must keep those. Now, this is an important slide. This is straight out of the handbook. The table on my left is from page 73 and 74. And on this table, you can see that I put in a green box. I'm talking about the table on my left. I put the Bachelor of Science in a green box. I put everything else in a red box, right? So what this red box is indicating, these are focused programs. Now, what we mean by focused programs is that the majors within these programs are predefined. They are locked, they're fixed within the curriculum, right? When we look at the green box on top here, Bachelor of Science, or what we call a general BSc, your majors within this qualification are not fixed. You have to determine them. You have to tell us what you want your majors to be. So again, focus program, the majors are already defined within the program. And in Bachelor of Science or the general BSc, your majors are not selected for you. You have to tell us what they are. And normally what you will do is, okay, so the box on the right comes from page 81 from the handbook. This box on the right where it says majors, this is showing you all the majors that you can pick for the general BSc. Now at university, we have this rule. It's a very important rule. And the rule says that when you pick modules, they cannot timetable clash. You cannot be in 2 places at the same time. So you cannot do 2 modules that clash on the timetable. And unfortunately, some majors, their modules will clash with other majors' modules, and what it can do is it can extend your degree by a year. And it's a big problem. Okay, you don't want to do that. Every year you don't work. It's money you didn't earn. So you don't want to do that. And so what university's done in the handbook is they have this thing called recommended major combinations. You'd be wise to stick to the recommended major combinations unless there's some burning issue you want to combine two majors for academic purposes, and you can speak to your academics about that. But you find this information in the handbook, pages 73, 74, and page 81, okay, when you're picking your majors. So what I'm going to do really quickly is I'm going to go through an example of how to figure out your curriculum. I'm going to walk through this example quickly. You have to be able to look through the book. You have to identify what is my qualification. You have to find it in the handbook. You have to look for the modules in the handbook. You have to figure out which semester the modules belong to, which is easier now with the new handbook. You have to be able to add credits to achieve normal credit load. Normal credit load is 64 credits in a semester. You have to figure out what electives you want to take. You're going to make sure there's no timetable clashes. You're going to make sure you've considered Zulu 101. You're going to make sure that you've considered the social justice module, and then also you have to remember your FYE courses, right? This is all the stuff you'd be doing. So let's take an example. The example I want to work with is a student who's come to university doing a general BSc, and they want to do biochemistry and chemistry. Biochemistry and chemistry, and this student is from the Pietermaritzburg campus. So what you do is you would turn to your book, you would turn to the handbook, and you would find qualifications. And the qualifications are they laid out very nicely in the handbook. And as you can see, I've taken snapshots of them, screenshots of them, and you can see biochemistry. It shows you at level 1, it shows you semester 1, it shows you semester 2, it shows you the code of the modules, it shows you the name of the modules, it shows you the credit of the modules, and it shows you the total credits. For example, for biochemistry here, you have an elective which you take 16 credits at level 1. So if you are the student who's doing biochem and chem, the first thing you would do is look at these two tables. You look at the two tables. Now, you must be careful because sometimes majors exist on different campuses with different module codes and different requirements within the curriculum. So for example, if you take chemistry, the green box here represents what a Pietermaritzburg student in chemistry would pick, and the blue box represents what a Westville student in chemistry would pick. The Westville student must not make the mistake and pick the PMB modules, okay? So for example, we are dealing with PMB, so we need to look at the top box. So the first thing you need to start doing is you need to start looking at the two curriculums, one for biochem, one for chemistry, and you need to start to figure out which one of these modules are common. So for example, Chem 110 is common in both. Math 150 is the common in both. You'll figure out which is common, you'll write them down, then obviously the ones that are not common, you'd write them down, and you'd end up with a list of core modules. So when I start to work my way slowly, I'll take Biology 101, I'll write it here. I'll take Chem 110. Chem 110 is here, and Chem 110 is there, I'll write it here. Biology 102 is required, I'll write it here. And I'll write down my whole list of modules from both of these majors. And what I end up with is a list of modules or core modules that I'm expected to do. So for a biochemistry chemistry qualification, after assessing these two tables, I end up with Biology 101, Biology 102, Chem 110, Chem 120, Math 150, Stats 130, Physics 131, Maths 143, Physics 133. Okay, and that's for the PMB campus. Then the next thing I need to do is figure out which semester the modules belong to, and then adding up my credits to achieve normal credit loads for each semester. So you'll take the core modules, the way you can figure out the semesters they belong to is simple because on the table, the semesters are given. So you know Biology 101 here would be semester 1, Biology 102 would be semester 2. There are some modules which can be done in both semesters, like Stats 130 can be done first, second semester, but within the framework of the structure, it's normally defined which semester it's preferred to be in. So you'll split the modules up, semester 1, semester 2, you know that you have these modules here, which you do in semester 1. you know you would have those modules here, which you do in semester 2. You add the credits up and you end up with 64, 64. Now, 64 is what we call normal credit load, And that's what you want, 64, 64, 128 in your first year, okay? You can go to the module description in your handbook, module description. This is just an example. And in the module description, at the end, the 16C, that tells you the credits, and the P2W2 tells you the semester. So P2 means Pietermaritzburg second semester and Westville second semester. And then there's a whole lot of stuff about prerequisites, content that's taught within it, the practicals, the assessment, percentage splits, and then some rules about modules that you shouldn't be doing together. So it's very important you as a student go and read your module descriptions for each module, right? Now, the next step is extremely important. Remember, we said that modules at university should not clash. Now, within your tables that you have, we really shouldn't see clashes because the tables have been looked at and put in the handbook. But I'm going to show you really, really quickly how to use timetables. So there's this website, the timetable.ukzn.ac.za, right? And you can go to timetables and you can find the block. Now, you see on this screen here, I've got semester 1, semester 2. I've got the modules that I selected. Biology 101, we say, is done on timetable C and E block. Chem is done, 110 is done on C and E block. Math 150, A and B block. Physics 131, F block. That's for semester 1, okay? Why 2 blocks for biology? Because it's a big class. It's a massive class. It requires more rooms. It requires more blocks, okay? More time blocks. Stats is really big. A lot of people do stats, so it's got 3 time blocks. Now, you shouldn't have a clash. So if biology is in C block, Chem can't be in C block. You'd pick E block. And then math would be A block, and then physics 131 would be F block, and so on and so forth. Now, what I'm going to do really quickly is I'm going to stop sharing this, and I'm going to share the timetables website with you. Let me just find it quickly. Just waiting for it to load. There we go. All right, so this is the timetables webpage. And so when you type in timetable.ukzn.ac.za, you can just type in UKZN timetable. You'll come to this. Now let's take an example. Let's say I'm the student who we use this example for. I'm looking for Chem 110. Which timetable block is Chem 110 in on PMB campus? So what I'll do is I'll hover over campus lecture timetable. I'll go to Pietermaritzburg semester 1 because Chem 110 is in the first semester. I'll click semester 1. After I click semester 1, the page will take a little bit of time to load. Okay, so I'm having a problem loading this page. I'll
try from my side in the meantime, Ashwin.
Okay, you want me to stop sharing it, Dr. Frost? Then you can share your screen.
Sorry, you just carry on talking and I'll look for it on my side.
Okay. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll go back to the presentation. Okay, so just a technical glitch on that, right? So basically what would happen is you would click on this the campus, you click on the semester, and then once that loads, you'd end up with a place where you would click on science or science and agriculture, and then you'd move forward and you'd end up with a module drop-down menu where you would type in the modules, or you would search for the modules and you would easily find them. It's really intuitive setup, and I don't think you'd have an issue if you did that on your own.
Loading, Ashwin. There's obviously a overload.
A technical glitch. Okay. So could the students have been all trying to access that website now? Okay, that's probably what's going on, right? Lots of people are trying to access the website in real time with me now. Okay, so the next thing is the list of electives. So electives, I've tried my best to shortlist some electives here that you can do if you're in the situation. This specific example didn't need electives, but a lot of you will need electives. Remember, your Zulu module can go in as an elective, and if you're not doing Zulu, then you can pick one of these. But there's something you need to make a note of when it comes to electives. When you look at the course description at the bottom here, it gives a disclaimer of what modules cannot be done with other modules. So for example, credit may not be obtained for both Comp 106 and Comp 100. Many times you find a student, they want to fill in multiple electives. They go and they do these two modules, and then if this happens, the student comes to the end of the degree. Worst case scenario, people tell him, look, we can't count both. You can only count one. You have to go back extra year and do another module. So this is why I'm saying it's extremely important that you get good curriculum advice and that you read the handbook and you make sure nothing clashes, right? So beware of modules that you can't obtain credits for together. The next thing is augmented students. If you're an augmented student, your first year is done over 2 years. And so the first year for this year is really simple. It's straight out of the handbook, page 76. You'll be doing biology 195, chem 195, maths 195, physics 195. These are the equivalent of the mainstream modules, and they are done over the whole year, first and second semester. And then you'll be doing SCOM 101 first semester, SCOM 102 second semester. And so the total the credits for level 1 there would be the 80 credits. And yeah, it's really straightforward, your selection when it comes to augmented students. In the first year, we all augmented students do the same thing, and this is what you do, page 76 on the handbook. Also, there's a useful video. This video was shared with me, the FYE team shared it with me to share with you. It's a useful video to navigate module selection. My presentation will be available on the website, so you can download the presentation. You can click these links and it will take you to this. This is the thumbnail of the video it will take you to. And it's a video more or less explaining exactly what I'm talking about. And yeah, it can help you in that regard. You'll have access to both this and you'll have access to this other video, which is useful for you. Finally, how to receive academic advice for registration. Now, UKZN has this setup where we have virtual academic advising rooms. So we have academics that are set up in virtual online meetings, and students can access these meetings. You go into the room virtually. You'll be at home on your PC, on your phone, or your laptop, and you can talk to an academic, and you tell the academic your problem, and then they will advise you. Maybe you're unsure about something. So this video is not all the advice you're getting, okay? You're going to get more advice moving forward. When you download this presentation, you can click these links, and this will take you to the web page where you'll be able to move into different rooms, which have been described for you depending on what your majors are, to get the advice, okay? Very important link. And finally, who can you contact for assistance with queries you have about academic advising? We have a very dedicated team of academic development officers at UKZN, and they can help advise. I've dropped a link here, and also the string of characters that you can type into your webpage. But essentially, where this will take you to is will take you to the College of Agriculture and Engineering, the academic team, and the teaching learning office, and you'll find the ADOs there. You'll find the contact numbers, email addresses, the schools that they're overseeing. So you'll be able to contact them if you need to know anything else about academic advice. So that's it from me. I hope that this was useful, and good luck with your studies. And yeah, wishing you all the best. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Ashwin. That was very useful. Students, Ashwin's presentation is already on the orientation website. So if you need to digest it at your own leisure, please go there, you'll find it. The handbook, which is the Bible of the college, is also on the website. You will find it there. So please make use of those services. Just to my panel, I see there are a lot of questions coming in on the Q&A. If you can please just monitor it and answer the questions as they come in. Okay, we're going to move on from the academic side to the money side, funding and fees. I'm sure you have lots of questions about this. So I'd like to call on Marsha Ntamote, who's in our funding office, please to give us a few words of advice. Marsha, if you can unmute yourself and show yourself. And let me know, are you going to share your slides or do you want me to share your slides?
Good morning, Dr. Frost. I won't be sharing any slides for now. We're good to go.
Okay, do you want me to share them for you or are you just going to talk?
No. Yes, I'm going to just talk.
Okay, off you go.
I'm not too sure if I'm visible to everybody.
Not visible, Marsha.
I have no idea what's going on. My camera is on.
Okay, on the top of your computer, there's in the middle is a little button. If you push it one way or the other, that might show you. Right at the top in the middle of your laptop, there's a little button.
Thank
If you slide it one way or the other.
Okay. No, it's not giving me.
Okay, if you can just talk loudly and clearly, and we will all listen.
Okay. Am I loud enough?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right. Good morning, everybody. My name is Marsha Ntamote. I am based at the college, the main campus at the College of Agriculture, Engineering and Science. I'm a financial advisor. You'll be seeing a lot of my face, even though you're not seeing me right now, but the voice, you'll put the face on it when you see me. Right. I have colleagues that works with us. We are now one of us. We are based at house number 5, Melville Road. That's where you will find all your financial advisors. You use us as much as you need us. And especially with students that are NSFAS funded and externally bursary funded. I will first start with the NSFAS student. I know right now everybody is frustrated of the clearance and the list has not came, their names are not showing on our systems. Please bear with NSFAS. They are also sending lists on a weekly basis. And if you're unsure whether you are funded or not, you are more than welcome to contact us. Email us, call us. We are in the office to check for you and advise you also as well to contact NSFAS to give them a push that you are waiting to register. So it will be easier for the institution to give a push and a student to give a push to NSFAS to give your names to the institution so you'll get clearance as soon as possible. And we've been also getting the queries of when are the allowances going to be paid up. At this point in time, ladies and gentlemen, we are still busy with registration. Nothing of the allowance has been announced by NSFAS. As soon as that has been communicated, it will be posted on the LAN and it will be posted to your I said Leon, I think yes. In your student emails, you will find that communication easier. And also, if you're still struggling to get through that, come to our offices. As I said, we would love to talk to you, love to have a one-on-one private conversations with you. If you're unable to come to us, especially those students that will be based in our other campus, which is called ECRIC, please email us. We are active on our emails. We'll respond to you. And as well as laptops. NSFAS will be issuing out laptops. Ladies and gentlemen, with the laptops issue, I would also like to caution you, which RMS will speak on it, but it's also my duty as a financial advisor to speak on that. Please be careful with those laptops. Do not be walking around with it at the malls, in the streets. There's a lot of sorties out there. So you keep that laptop because it has to last you until the full academic year, the duration of your academic. That laptop needs to be with you. You lose it, you don't get a replacement from NSFAS. So it is your responsibility to take care of that. And when will the NSFAS issue the laptops? As soon as the registration is out and the registration data has been sent to NSFAS and it's been allocated to each student, of which when the date I cannot confirm at this point in time, but be aware that such will happen. Right, and I would like to also touch on the external funded student. Please note that if you are funded by an external sponsor, for instance, let's say you are funded by ABSA, you are not allowed to be giving me or sending an advisor the award letter. ABSA should be sending the award letter to us because we need to verify it. But we even tell you and inform you that please contact your sponsor and ask your sponsor to send us the award letter. And another thing, ladies and gentlemen, we are not talking to parents. That is POPIA Act by the institution. We are protecting you from the scammers. We are also protecting your privacy from a third party. We will only be speaking to you. Even when issuing results, we will not be issuing any results to a third party without any consent coming from your side. But when it has to go to the sponsor, remember the sponsor is paying for your tuition. They want to see your academic performance. Then we are allowed to send those academic reports to the sponsor. But other than that, we cannot speak to any other person relating your financial matters. As little as it can be, does my son receive book allowance? We are not allowed to even tell a parent that. So be ensured that none of those things will be going out to your parents or husbands and wives. It will be kept between the institution and you. And yeah, at this point in time, what I will also advise y'all, can you please, as soon as you're like in the campus, try and see our student fees to gather the banking details form so that you'll fill it in and submit it to the student fees. Your banking details need to be loaded to our system so that when the NSFAS allowances are being released, it's easier for us to have that information with us. So please contact our student fees as soon as possible. And also, when you want to deregister, that is another point. When you decide to register or leave the institution, please see us. Whether you are NSFAS funded or you are bursary funded, please see our officers before you make that decision or you put that signature down on the deregistration form because there are implications on that as well. But for more, I know you'll want to talk to us regarding your financial statuses. See us, come to our offices. I did mention at the beginning of this talk, we at house number 5, Milner Road at the main campus. Right when you enter the gate, you ask RMS, I'm looking for the financial advisors. They will send it straight to us and we'll have a one-on-one. We have our private officers. We don't speak in the crowd. We speak one-on-one with the student and it's privately kept. So from me to you guys, I won't say goodbye, but I'll say I'll see you later because I'll definitely see you later. Thank you,
Okay,
Dr.
Thanks very much, Marsha. And just to say, each campus has a fees and funding financial aid office, not just the Maritzburg campus. So you go to the office on your particular campus. Okay, at UKZN, there is a lot of support offered, both academically and for you personally. So you're not thrown into the deep end by yourself. You have to make use of these services. They won't come to you, but they are there. So please make use of them. And in terms of student support, I'd like to call on Sanele Zuma just to speak you through exactly what support is available for you. Sanele, over to you.
Thanks, Dr. Frost. Sanbona, greetings to everyone. Mr. Azuma here. I'm a Student Development Officer coming from Student Support Services. Right, I hope I'm projected quite well, full screen there, Sally.
No, it's full screen now. Thanks, Sanele.
Okay, cool. All right, so I'll try and move quite quickly with this. We like I indicated, from Student Support Services, we just part of, I'm struggling to move here, Shelley. Okay, do you mind moving my slides, Sally?
If I'm going to move them, I'll have to share them, Sanele.
Okay, okay.
Oh, there you go. It's moving.
I'm moving now.
It's moving.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, so as Dr. Frost has indicated, that the university offers a lot of support to students. So you have a team that is just focused on your studies, the academic team that are focused on teaching and learning, but you also have a range of support staff who are just there for your well-being in different areas, and I won't waste time talking about them because they are probably here. I'll just zoom into what we do in the counseling space. So when it comes to student support services or student counseling services, we're looking at a team of psychologists that are at the university, student development officers and interns, who are basically here to support you on your personal challenges as well as career challenges on the main. So you'll have your individual counseling or therapy, I must say, and students who are not performing at some point might be referred to us, not as punishment, but as means of trying to explore the story behind the result, so that we find ways in which we can assist you. And we also have a number of group programs that we run, student development programs, the workshopping of students, which is something I also quite specialize on. Some of you who are in residencies will probably see us visiting you to run workshops on different aspects that are quite critical to ensure your academic success and well-being. So the student support team is based on the 3 campuses, PMB, Westville, and Howard College. So the Howard College guys, the engineering students will have Ms. Prashna Singh. PMB has Bulelwa Kainile. Westville is 3 of us. We have Shelley Barnsley, who's our manager, and Ronald Msom and myself. So basically, if you're at Howard, this is who you'll be seeing for counseling support at Desmond Clarence State Floor. Westville, that's us, Shelley has indicated, with Ms. Msomi. Both are counseling psychologist, and then myself, a student development officer. We are at OR Tambo building, 4th floor. In PMB, you will have the lovely Ms. Bulelo Kanile, who's an educational psychologist, located at the Frank Bush Annex. It's basically behind the college admin building in Peter Marisbeck. Right, there are opportunities that we may expand a bit, but as things stand, this is who we are. All right, why is it important for you to make use of counseling? We're committed to your well-being. We want to see you succeed. We want to hold your hand on your journey to reach your goals at the university, because let's be honest, not everyone who comes here leaves with what they wanted to achieve. We do get students who get excluded. Some students get, life happens, you know, and that's why I sometimes laugh when I hear most I'm a 2K, because life is always a breeze in our hopes and plans, you know. Start my degree in 2026, I'm done in 2028, you know, and you know, that kind of thing. I'm buying my first car, I'm getting my new job, but sometimes life happens, you know, and it takes you back on certain things, and you are there to help you cope with those. No problem is quite strange for us. No problem is quite small for us. I think when you have good friends, the limitation is that sometimes they rate their experiences. Sometimes you can be told, oh, you can't be crying over that guy. I mean, you're not eating over that, you know, that kind of thing. So there's a tendency to measure that you are not meant to be affected by this. And that's not how we look at things. If you speak to you, speak to us. And we support your studies, we advocate for you. There'll be times where students are so overwhelmed, yet they still need to show up in test. You know, just like you go to your doctors when you are sick and they excuse you from certain responsibilities if they don't find you fit for them, given the condition. We also have that responsibility towards you. Your mental health is very critical to academic success, no matter how smart you are, and there's no doubt about you being smart. Dr. Vargas did indicate when he started that the university has never been desperate for students. At no point will hear the university going somewhere shouting, Gena, please come here. No, it always takes a few from a lot of people. So we have what it takes. But sometimes when we are overwhelmed by life circumstances, we come across as if we're not competent enough. So that's why it's important to watch your mental health as well. We have good diversity in our team. So if you feel like the English is going to intimidate you a bit, you have people who speak African languages. And if you feel like a male like myself may not understand you, you have also females in the team. Our services are highly rated, something to brag about. I think every student who comes to see us gets an automatic email to anonymously rate the service. I think our global score as we speak is at 92% satisfaction rate. So we're quite proud of the quality of the service we offer. How do you see us? Our appointments are made online. I'll put in the link on the chat later, but it's CAES-ukzn.bookend.com. You register once, you can make bookings anywhere in the comfort of your bed. In just 2 minutes, you can have, and you can cancel those bookings. You can choose who you want to see. You can choose if you want to have a session online or in person, and you get confirmation once that. We will ask you to complete a consent form as part of your registration, which is something you do once, and then we'll be getting reminders leading to your session. When you go on our booking link, that's what you are likely to be exposed to, and you'll be picking your first appointment, and you'll decide whether you want to have it online or in person, whether you need an hour or 30 minutes. Okay. All right, so we urge you guys as new students to please do not book multiple appointments. You might have seen that at PMB as we speak, we only have Miss Bulelwa. So you'll imagine that a lot of students may not really meet the number of counselors we have. So when you have students booking multiple appointments, it blocks spaces for others. And if you are no longer going to come, the booking system is so efficient that it allows you to cancel effortlessly. So please do so that that space becomes open to others. At this point, we resolved that we'll try and not see students for more than 7 times a year, so that we make space for others. Of course, there may be exceptions, but we don't want you to be dependent on the service. We want to empower you to be able to deal with your circumstances moving forward. And then those who book and continuously do not show up eventually will say no to their bookings so that we do not waste space for students who desperately need the service. I got it. Okay. We have a toll-free line 0800 800 017, and students can also call to inquire. And we have our generic email address that reaches us at counselingasupport.ukzn.ac.za. We have a website, aesupport.ukzn.ac.za. Be sure to follow us on our Facebook page, CAES Student Support Services. We tend to update you on our work and our programs and advertise certain things that are coming. Okay. We are also on the gram, CAES_student support services. Okay, so as I draw to the end, I believe we're still gonna have boot camps where we can talk in detail in person about survival strategies. So I'll just pick one for now. And I'll just summarize it in saying, from my experience of being here with close to 15 years now of doing counseling with students, it appears to me that the most threatening thing for students to succeed, which the lovely lady, I've forgotten her name when she started, indicated as well, is poor time management. Please, if there is one thing I want you to remember from what I'm saying, be true to your identity. I mean, if Shaka Zulu was to wake up from the dead and join this team's meeting and be asking who are these people, and we say they are students, and he wants to know what are students, I'm sure the definition would be something close to people who are studying towards a tertiary, studying towards a qualification in a tertiary institution. So that's your identity. You're a student, a full-time student for that matter. I don't think you'll be coming across people wherever who want to know you and you'll introduce yourself as something else. You're not likely, when people ask what you're doing, who are you? You're not like to say, hey, I'm Sanele, Snare's boyfriend. You don't introduce like, hi, I'm Sanele, Manchester City fan. You don't say those things. Yes, they may define you. They are still part of your identity, but you'll always introduce yourself as a student. Why? Because it's the main identity. At this point, you identify as a student, and students identify with books. They identify with learning, So if in your 24 hours, that which defines you the most is not dominating your 24 hours, know at that time, not when you're about to write an exam, not when you're about to write a test, know at that time that you are failing. And we'll discuss more when we see you in person. Okay, frequently asked question as I end. Hopefully I didn't waste time. Does it cost to see us? No, it's free of charge. Mahala. Can you choose who you want to see? Definitely. In fact, you can even choose me, and when you realize, not so sure, you move to the next one. No judgment, we allow it. Okay. You can change between counselors. You can consult in isiZulu. Yes, you can consult more than once as indicated. We're bound by confidentiality. So whatever you share, in line with what Ms. Damote was saying, it really stays between the two of us. So whatever you share with your counselor is confidential, and we won't disclose anything. Even if it's in the interest of assisting you, you will know, and you will have to give permission. You consult about anything. Your parents will never call and try to source information. Even if they do, we can't tell them. Okay, nobody is compelled to come for counseling. Some people may recommend that you come, but in any stage you are, it's really up to you. Nobody can be forced. Actually, we can suggest, but it can't be forced. Maybe if you can just take out your phone quickly to just take a screenshot of these numbers, I won't go through them. They are important emergency numbers. I'm sure RMS will still address you on those, but we still have important numbers outside UKZN, like your ambulance services, the SAPS, South African Police Services, closer to your campus, in case there is any need for support in those spaces as well. There are a number of community resources as well. As a last slide, like your South African Depression and Anxiety Group. About SADC, they really offer good service for students as well. They even have helplines that are directly for students in universities, like the National Health University Students Crisis Line, 0800 36 36 36. It can be 2 a.m. and you really feel like talking to a professional, or you are going through a moment. Those lines are available for you, because we also get limited by time. We're not available 24 hours, as well as the other numbers that may be of interest to you on the screen. We wish you well in your journey. May it be good, and you should be fine. Thank you, Sally.
Thanks very much, Sanele. And for those of you who want to hear more from Sanele, he will be leading our session tomorrow in isiZulu. And his slideshow is on the orientation website. So all those numbers are there for you to access. Talking health issues, each campus also has a campus clinic. If you're sick, you're welcome to visit the campus clinics. That service is free. I'm not seeing Sister Guguzondi on the call, but if I'm missing someone from campus clinics, let me know, and we can come back to you. But I'm going to move on to the library. So as a student, you're here to learn, and to learn you need to access books, and each campus has a library, and they play a crucial role in your life in the next 3 years. So Ashika, if you could show yourself and unmute and just talk us through some library information.
Good day, Dr. Frost. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can't see you though.
I'm having a problem with my camera.
Okay.
Is it okay if I just share my PowerPoint in the meantime?
Yes, that's fine. Yeah.
So just give me 1 second. Can you see me, Dr. Frost?
It's coming. Yes, we can see you.
Okay.
Let's go ahead.
Good afternoon, everyone. And welcome to UKZN. Congratulations on being a student and joining us for the next few years. And we look forward to seeing you all. My name is Ashika Premlal, and I'm from the Westville Campus Main Library. Now, this short orientation will introduce you to the library services available to you as a agriculture, engineering, and science student. It will also show you how the library can support your studies from first year right through to postgraduate level. So we're going to go through some of the services here, and we hope that you're going to find this useful. Okay, UKZN has libraries on all 5 campuses. As CAES students, your main libraries are the Westville Campus Main Library, the E.G. Malherbe Library at Howard College, and the Cecil Renoud Library in Pietermaritzburg. In addition to these 3 libraries, we have 2 other campus libraries, which are the Edmondson Library in Edgewood and the Nelson Mandela School of Medicine Library. Now, as a UKZN student, you are not limited to one library. You can use any UKZN library. Your student card is also your library card. It allows you to access all UKZN libraries as well as your resources. During term time, libraries are usually open 24 hours, 7 days a week. And I'm hoping that is good news for all of you because you're going to be using the library and it's open and it's a safe environment for you to come and visit us. During vacation times, the opening hours are shorter. They're typically from 8 in the morning till 4:30. But you should always check on the library website for any changes or updates. And we're hoping that our facilities being available to you 24 hours is a good idea and that you're going to enjoy it. So what are some of the facilities and services that are available at UKZN? The library offers print books, ebooks, journals, and postgraduate theses. You will also use databases, which are online collections of academic information, and these are very important for assignments and research. The library is more than just books. There are quiet areas and study group areas, computer LANs, plug points for laptops and phones, photocopying facilities, and free Wi-Fi. Did I say free Wi-Fi? Isn't that wonderful news? So 24/7, the library offers you Wi-Fi. We encourage you to use the library as a safe and productive study space. Now, when it comes to the library, you'll find that the gateway to all our services is actually the UKZN Library website. Now, you can get to our website by going to Google and typing in UKZN Library, or you can go to the UKZN website and actually click on library and you'll be taken directly to this page, which shows you about all the different library resources that you can access. For example, we have something called the iCatalog. If you're looking for ebooks, you're going to click on ebooks. If you want journals, you're going to click on that. You want to look at what research has been done in the university, you can click on research space. We also have Google Scholar, and we have something called LibGuides. Now, the library website is the starting point for research and assignments. From here, you can search for print books, ebooks, and journal articles. If you are unsure where to begin, always start on the library website. And there we are, library.ukzn.ac.za. Now, the library has something that can help you as well, and that we hope you will use throughout your studies. It's something called LibGuides. And the screenshot you are seeing is an example of what a LibGuide looks like. So LibGuides are online guides created by librarians. They organize resources for each subject in one place. And these guides save you time and help you find quality academic sources. So we're hoping that you're going to enjoy using the LibGuides and that they're going to help you with your studies. Now, we also have subject-specific guides, right? And I'm going to show you a screenshot of a subject guide. So, for example, this is a subject guide for geology. And over here, you can see there's a picture of me, Ashika Premlal, and my contact information will be available as well as a whole host of information. Now, each subject has its own LibGuide. It includes recommended databases, key journals, ebooks, and tips for effective searching. Bookmark your subject LibGuide as you are going to use it throughout your degree. And if you also need help with LibGuides, we have a special facility on the library website called Ask Us. Now, what this means is you will see a little box on the library website that says Ask Us, and you can click on it. And when librarians are online, they will be happy to help you with any of your questions about the library. Now, in an academic library, your librarians who are available to help you are called subject librarians. Now, subject librarians are here to help you. They work closely with your academic departments and can assist you with finding information sources for assignments, reports, and projects. Getting to know your subject librarian will make your academic life much easier. And you'll find that anything that you need help with, please come to us, and we are always happy and available to help you. Now, this is the list of the various subject librarians on the different campus sites. For example, my name is Ashika Premlal. I'm at the Westville campus. My email and telephone number is there. Ms. Koitsi Mang is in the Cecil Renaud Library in Pietermaritzburg. Her details are there. My colleague Julian is in Pietermaritzburg. Her contact information is there. Ketiwe is at Howard College, and her contact details are available, email and telephone. Ms. Shoba Harku, she's the Life Sciences Librarian in Pietermaritzburg, and her email and telephone are on screen. My other colleague at the Life Sciences, Mr. Simon Shazi, his email as well as his telephone number are available for you to contact us on. And last but not least is Mr. Sanjeev Vastu, who is based at the Westville Campus Main Library. And we actually are looking forward to welcoming you to the library and to seeing you all come and visit us. In addition to subject librarians, the library also has a circulation and issue desk. Now, at the circulation desk, you can borrow and return books. You can ask general questions. You can access a section called Academic Reserves, and you can request intercampus or interlibrary loans for books if they are not available at your particular campus library. So this is a very useful section. So it's the go-to place for anything that you need to know about the library or you need any help. And the good news is that the library will be hosting online library training from the 2nd to 13th of March, 2026. We strongly encourage you to attend our online training sessions. And these sessions will teach you how to search databases, avoid plagiarism, and succeed academically. Details are available on the library website and UKZN notices. I would like to thank you all for giving us this opportunity to tell you about the library. And thank you for your time and attention. And remember that the library staff are here to help you. Please feel free to ask any questions now or visit the library site if you need any assistance throughout the year. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Ashika. So if you have any questions about the library, you can visit the library or make use of the Q&A in this session, and the librarians are here to answer your question. And just to remind the panel, please monitor the Q&A and answer any questions relevant to your area of expertise. Okay, the next issue is an important one, and that is safety on campus. For many of you, it might be the first time you're away from home and living away from home. You'll be spending a lot of time on campus. So I'd like to ask Stephen Klutter, who's from our RMS section, just to give you some words of advice. Stephen.
Good afternoon. Welcome all colleagues. and students. Stephen Clutian, SSO, based at the Pietermaritzburg campus. I've basically been asked just to discuss safety at campus, which is the responsibility of our risk management services, based at all 5 campuses in Pietermaritzburg and in Durban. Safety can obviously be divided into 2 provisions, which would be safety on campus and safety off campus. Safety on campus, basically our campuses and residences are fenced with electronic turnstiles, and access can be granted with use of the student cards. We have provision of 24-hour campus-based security services at all our residencies, and a 24-hour control room dealing with any incidents that may occur on campus. Campus surveillance and campus cameras are operating in high traffic areas with a 24-hour CCTV monitoring system in place in our control rooms. Security officers patrol constantly around the campus and residencies. Security escorts are provided on request if moving from library to res, and which is on campus at night. Regular health and safety inspections are carried out in the residence to check that all are compliant. Then we also have dedicated investigators dealing with GBV and other crime-related matters on campus, should incidents be reported to our control room for investigation. Then safety provisions off campus. The mandate of campus security is to secure the campus. However, they do also assist in patrolling the vicinity around the campus. RMS, which is the risk management services, work closely with the police and security companies to ensure an integrated security program for all our neighboring areas around the campus. Then some safety tips and safety sense to the students that are arriving at our campus. Be mindful and vigilant of your surroundings. Do not take unnecessary risks, like walking alone at night. Try and park your vehicle on campus if possible. Move in groups whenever possible. Never leave high-valued items like laptops, phones, jewelry lying around. For example, if you're attending the library or you're attending the LAN, we often find students just leaving the laptops unattended, and when they get back, the laptop is missing. Other issues we find is students fail to lock their rooms when they're leaving, possibly going to the shower, and when they get back, there's items that are removed out of their room. So always lock your room. The other important thing is never swipe anyone else into the campus or into the res or LANs with your student card. It indicates that you've swiped a person in, and for security reasons, we prefer that each student use his own card. That's basically it from the security aspect. But the most important thing is the students want to go to a varsity that is safe, and RMS is here to provide that safety. We cannot guarantee your safety, but all measures have been taken to ensure you will be safe if you are sensible. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Stephen. And there is information on RMS, Risk Management Services, on the orientation website with numbers, etc. So please pay attention to that. And as Stephen said, use your common sense is the bottom line, and you should be fine. Thanks very much, Stephen. Moving on from academic issues, safety issues. Varsity is also about having fun. It's at the stage of your life where you're meeting lots of people, making friendships for life. And one way of doing this is through sports. So we offer a lot of sports. If there's anyone from the sports section here, please let me know. I'm not seeing them here. But next Saturday, the 14th of February in the morning on each campus. We are having a meet and greet session for all first years. And all societies and clubs will be there on the various campuses. So we encourage you, please, to come along and sign up for sports and societies so that you can have a well-rounded experience at university. UKZN is known for a lot of sports, so there's a wide range that you can choose from. So please make use of that opportunity. Okay, I'm now going to move on to academic monitoring and support, which is offered during your degree. And Dalia Varghese is going to talk us through that. Dalia, if you can show yourself and turn on your mic.
Thank you, Dr. Frost. Let me share my screen. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Dalia Varghese, and I'm one of the principal academic development officers in the college. And today, I will discuss briefly about how academic monitoring and academic support works in our university and specifically in our college. I'm part of a team of academic development officers, often referred to as the ADOs. You will come across this terminology very often. And our main mission is to guide you along a well-structured and holistic academic development pathway, which starts right from the registration, which is going on now, followed by regular academic monitoring and academic support wherever necessary to ensure that all of you can achieve the desired level of academic performance. Now, the university, just a minute. Sorry about that, Sally.
Are you going to reshare, Dalia?
I'm going to reshare just now. You can just bear with me for 1 second. I hope you can see my screen now.
Yes, it's working fine.
Okay. So I was just telling you about the academic monitoring and support policy at UKZN. So this policy emphasizes mainly student retention and throughput through various academic development programs. Now, the main idea of this academic monitoring policy is to identify students who are not performing optimally early enough and to provide suitable interventions that can help to bring them back on track academically. Now, it also obligates the students to participate in the prescribed support programs. Let me first explain a little bit about how academic monitoring works, and then I will talk to you about the academic support that's available. So academic monitoring is done at 2 levels. Firstly, the intra-module level, and secondly, at an inter-module level. Now, at the intra-module level, it starts immediately after the first assessment, and this is done within each module, and this is done by the lecturers and also the ADOs or the academic development officers. So students who fail the test or who are not performing well, they're invited for academic counseling, where we try to identify the issues faced by them that's affecting their studies, and we provide suitable support and interventions. And this is an ongoing process throughout the semester. The intermodule evaluation is done at the end of the semester, and that is based on the results obtained in all the modules taken by the student in that semester until date. Now, based on the inter-module evaluation at the end of each semester, students are put into categories following a color coding system, and this is often referred to as a robot system. This is another terminology you will come across probably by the end of your first semester itself. Now, this robot system has got 5 different colors. Now, the color coding is in no way to stigmatize the students, but it's mainly for the students and the academic advisors, as well as for the ADOs to know where they stand based on their academic performance. So a student with exceptional academic performance is coded blue. A student on good academic standing is coded green. And if a student drops down in academic performance, they are coded orange. Now, if the student is still unable to cope even with the support provided and repeatedly fails, then the student will be coded red. However, the student is still given a chance to catch up, and if everything fails to bring the student to satisfactory academic performance, that is when the student can be excluded from the university. But as first-year students, we are aware that you will take some time to adjust to the university life. So no student will be excluded for the first 2 semesters or in the first year of your study here. Now, the term decisions are finalized at the end of each semester, as I told you. There are 2 main considerations that are which decides the term decisions, and the first one is the number of credits passed in that particular semester, and the second is the total number of credits accumulated so far in the qualification. For a student to remain on green or good academic standing, they must pass at least 3 modules in a semester. Now, a normal load in a semester is 4 modules. So if you pass at least 3 modules every semester, then you remain on green. Also, you should pass at least 75% of maximum credits till date. Now, if you keep passing 3 modules every semester, you would have passed 75% of maximum credits. So you will remain on green. Now, all of you, when you enter the university, you do not have any term decision. And we expect all of you to be on good academic standing. And that's why you are here. So for you to remain on green, make sure that you pass 3 modules at least in every semester. Now, coming to the academic support that is offered to the students. Now, academic support is offered free to all registered students. And these programs are run for all the disciplines in the college. And these programs are supervised by the academic leader for teaching and learning in the disciplines in the schools and run by the academic development officers for each of the disciplines. Now, please note that these programs are not remedial programs, and it's not just for students who struggle academically, but it is for all the students, as students are expected to do several hours of self-study as part of each module. I don't know if you remember clearly when Mr. Manuel had presented on academic advising, he had shown the notional study hours for each modules. So here at university, you are expected to do a lot of self-study. So these programs will help you to make sure that you spend those self-study hours and help you to keep abreast in your module. One of our flagship programs is the supplemental instruction programs. These are student-led peer study sessions that support students towards achieving academic success. So here what they do is they integrate what to learn with how to learn. So there are certain skills you will learn in these sessions which you can use in other modules as well. So usually what they do is it's collaborative sessions and the students share notes, compare their notes, discuss their readings, develop study skills, and all these will be under the supervision of trained SI leaders. Another support program we have is the hot seats. The hot seats are only for selected modules. These are like drop-in facilities where senior students will be available to assist the students one-on-one. So you don't need any appointment. You can just go to the venue to get help. We also have writing plays, and this is mainly to help students with writing of reports, essays, etc. Here also senior students who are trained will be available to assist students in the writing plays. Apart from this, we also have many other support structures like residence tutorials, academic advising, peer mentorship, etc. Now, information of all these will be shared to the students in the course of the first semester itself. Now, before I end, you heard a lot of tips from many people. Let me also give you a few tips that will help you sail through your first year. As you heard from Mr. Zuma, the most important one is time management. This is very important right from the first week of lectures. Secondly, attend all lectures. Although some material will be available online on the learning management system, you're strongly advised to attend all contact sessions with the lecturers. Thirdly, Prepare well in advance for your lectures and tutorials so that it will be easier for you to follow the lectures. Remember, this is not teaching anymore, it's lectures. So you need to go prepared to the lectures. And finally, get help as soon as you realize something is affecting your studies. And your first point of contact definitely is your lecturers, but we are also there. We are the ADO, the team of academic development officers. We are specific to each campus and we assist with particular disciplines. So if you're feeling like you're struggling academically, please book an appointment with an ADO. There's a website given there. And depending on which discipline you're studying, you can book for the respective ADOs. So we understand that, yeah, university life can be a huge adjustment, especially in your first year. And as I told you, there's a lot of independence, but there is also heavy reliance on self-directed study. The lecturers and professors will be there to guide you, but remember, no one will be checking your homework daily. So if you feel lost, don't panic. Remember that we are here to help you. Remember to book an appointment with the ADO for your discipline, and then we will help you sort out your issue. So let me stop here, and all the best and good luck at UKZN.
Thanks very much, Dalia. Going with the same theme of the first year being a big jump and a lot to get used to, the university has introduced the first year experience program, which is compulsory. It is not credit bearing, but you have to do it. So Narisha Haritaran, who coordinates this program, is going to just tell you a little bit about it. Narisha?
Thank you, Dr. Frost. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm delighted that you are still here. My name is Narisha Haritaran, and as Dr. Frost said, I am the overall facilitator for the first year experience program. So what you need to know about the first year experience program is that it is compulsory. If you don't take away anything else from what I'm saying, remember that it's compulsory. It's an online module. It is not on the learning management system like your other modules, because you don't register for it the way you register for your other modules. You register for it on a separate website. That website and that registration process will be, you will be walked through that whole process with your mentor. I'm sure you've all met a mentor at some point in this process of accepting and registering. That is not your assigned mentor as yet. You will be assigned a mentor once everyone's completely registered. So next week you will be assigned a mentor, and that mentor will be your mentor for the year, and they will help you to complete your first year experience module. That module must be done by the close of 2026, or you will not be allowed to continue to graduate. Okay, so please bear that in mind. I know you feel like this guy right now. It's almost 4 o'clock, so I'm going to hurry it along. Okay, so the first year experience module is done on all 3 of our campuses. It is a common module that every first year student will have to take, regardless of which college you're in. So every single student at UKZN has to do this module. Okay, it's basically a module to help you to adjust to first year life, academically, socially. So it's something that's designed to help you. And the module is done online. However, you will also have peers who will mentor you. So those are your mentors that will be assigned to you. Okay, so the online module briefly consists of 4 units. The first unit is on transition, adjustment, and integration into university. We will go through things like digital literacy, the college handbook and how to read that, the different policies and procedures. And you will have to go through all of the questions in that unit. And so you will be able to proceed into the next unit. The next unit takes you through academic skills, things like goal setting, plagiarism, study skills. As Dr. Varghese said, that study is self-directed at this stage of your life. So you would have to, learn things like study skills and time management, of course. The third unit is on student wellness. And that unit is about self-awareness and, healthy relationships, substance abuse. A little bit of GBV is also discussed in there. And the fourth unit is on financial literacy. It's probably the first time that you are handling finances. You may have a bursary or have a part-time job, and now you are expected to manage your money on your own. So that unit is geared to help you with that. Okay, so there are several engagements throughout the year that you will be invited to. Regularly, you will meet with your mentors. That is a weekly or a bi-weekly meeting that you will have with your mentors, and they will take you through the modules. There is that meet and greet on the 14th of February, and no, it is not free Valentine's, and it is not a dating event. It just happens to be on the 14th. You will have course marathons, and sometimes we will have completion prizes for you. Okay. The team, the FY team consists of myself. I have oversight of the whole program. And then we have our administrator here, Ms. Tembelihle Mshali. You can direct any queries you have to her. These are our lovely coordinators on each campus. Mr. Mandla Kumalo is on the Howard campus for the engineering students. Ms. Mayuri Parasnath is on the Pietermaritzburg campus, and Ms. Tandalweto Zondi is on the Westville campus. Okay, so with that, thank you very much. I wish you well, and I will see you on the 14th. Cheers, everyone.
Thanks, Narisha. So the FYE is a compulsory module. So that's one thing you remember that. And there is one other compulsory non-credit bearing module that you have to do before you complete your degree. You will not be able to graduate without it. And that is the critical social justice and citizenship module. And I'll ask Spamandla Nkambule, please, just to talk us quickly through the main points of this module.
Thank you, Doctor, for calling me out for this one. I'll go ahead and introduce the module. So just a minute for me to share my screen. Okay, cool. Just confirm, Dr. Frost, if you can see my screen.
Yes, I can. That's perfect.
Okay, good. Thank you. So good afternoon, everyone, and also welcome, student, and congratulations for making it to UKZN. My name is Pamandla Nkambule. I'm the module and project manager for critical social justice and citizenship module. So with me today, I also have Dr. Sahina Bantu, who's our college coordinator. She will be assisting me looking into your Q&A related to this module. Also in our chat, if you are able to drop any question there, she'll attend to it. Also, just a heads up, as I go through my presentation, there will be some images which will assist you to know more about the module that will be shared also on our chat. So just take a look on those or save them for later review. Okay, cool. So my task today is very much simple. It's basically to explain the new compulsory module called the EDSJ module. basically I will try to outline to everyone here how is this module designed and how is it structured. So it is our hope that by the end of this presentation, you will have a clear understanding why has this module been introduced here at UKZN, and also who is it for and how is it going to be delivered for the year 2026. And most importantly, we hope that by the end of this presentation, you will also cover how what are the benefits of this module and what we hope to achieve, more specific as an institution of higher learning and also as a country that we belong in, all of us. Okay, so just to start, I would like to invite everyone to pay a bit of attention this part. I won't stress much on it, but we have created a package that you can engage with later on so that you get a full understanding of what is the need for this module. And very much important, I always like to emphasize the need for this module, not only for our institution, but also for our country as a whole. So we at the University of KwaZulu-Natal, we are very much excited to have this module introduced as a compulsory module. And this introduction of this module has been labeled as a bold move by the institution because it embodies its commitment to taking the project of liberation and empowerment seriously. So in a nutshell, in this module, we have a challenge that we are trying to tackle or we're trying to confront in our societies. So we are starting the difficult conversations with our students in this module. Conversations about race, racism, xenophobia, gender and sexism, sexuality and homophobia, class and classism, religious discrimination, and all other prejudice against those we have come to view as other. So these, in a nutshell, those are the challenges that we're trying to confront in this module. So I've spoke about the package that we've put together so that you can engage with the trying to build or uncover what is the need for this module. So you are more than welcome to take a picture of the QR code on the screen. We'll also try to share it on the chat. So when you scan the QR code, you will be directed to a folder. In that folder, it will further help you to uncover the need for this module within our institution and also across the country. In that folder, you'll come across a link which will take you to a video and also a podcast radio interview recording that you can access by scanning this QR code on your screen. So also I will share that, I did mention that I will share also that on the chat as we go along our presentation. So I would like to really emphasize to sort of like invite students to do so. Take a picture of this QR code and engage with on a later stage because we really wanted to have a grounded understanding why this module is so important and why you have to do this module in your 2026, right? Okay, cool. So straight away, the module objectives. So I think I did mention a bit about what really informed the need for the module. So if you go through that package, that will become clear to everyone. So what we hope to achieve in this module. So basically, we hope that through your engagement in this module, you'll begin to challenge the definitions and labels that isolate, devalue, marginalize, and exclude certain individuals and groups of people. We hope that through your engagement in this module, it will provide you with alternative definitions, understandings, and insight of what it means to live with diversity, inclusion, and social justice. And in this module, we also challenge students to forge new ways of seeing, knowing, and being. So that's it all in a nutshell, that we hope to plant a seed of critical thinking by encouraging students to question, confront, and interrupt the legacies of inequalities. So with that said, I hope that you will be much excited to register for the module. So moving forward, I'll just now try to highlight exactly how this module will work, right? And how you are expected to engage with this module, right? So first of all, this is a compulsory module, right? It's a non-credit bearing module for all UKZN students. as from 2024 moving forward. So if you look into your college handbook, you will see, try to look into Rule BR11, which speaks to this module, right? Number 2, even though it is a non-credit bearing module, a register is taken in each of the in-person tutorials that you are expected to attend. So before those in-person tutorials, students are encouraged to engage with the online pre-recorded lectures, which I will talk about the structure of that in the next slide. Don't stress about it now. Okay, cool. So number 3, in each of those in-person tutorials, there is a register, right, that is taken when you attend the in-person tutorials. And we encourage students to either register for this module in the first or second semester. So in order for you to decide which semester you're going to take the module, either in the first or second semester, we advise you to use the academic advising services so that they will look into your curriculum for the first semester and compare it with the second semester. Then you will find the best semester where you could take this module, right? So most important, once you have registered for this module, the module requirement needs to be clear, communicated to everyone. So 100% completions of all activities on the Learn 2026 page, it's required in order for you to successfully complete this module. And secondly, 100% attendance of the in-person tutorial is required for you to pass this module. So those are the simple requirements that are required from you, right? However, within the School of Engineering, I know some of you are here and we're going to have an orientation for the School of Engineering specific or student enrolled in engineering. So there are programs or degrees that have been recommended to take the module in their second level, right? So take note of that. So if you are in the School of Engineering, almost all of the engineering students won't be doing this module this year. However, if you are registered for Bachelor of Science in Engineering Augmented, Chemical, and also the architecture student, you are expected to enroll for this module this year. The other cohort of engineering students will do the module next year in 2027. However, this will be clearly communicated to the engineering cohort on Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. Cool. So furthermore, for those who are registered for the Bachelor of Science 4-year augmented, you won't be doing this module this year. You are expected to do this module next year. Is that clear? Cool. So if you've already registered for this module when you were completing your registration for this semester, try to seek advice, consulting with your academic advisors so that they will assist you and ensure that you are registered for this module in the correct semester and also in the correct year if you are among those who have been recommended to take the module next year. Right. Cool. So with that said, let's then look at how this module is designed. So I think I did emphasize the 2 requirements that you need to meet in order for you to successfully complete this module. The first requirement, there are online pre-recorded lectures which you need to engage with at your own time, at your own pace, right? So however, you are expected to complete 1 pre-recorded lecture a week before you go ahead and attend the in-person tutorial, right? So the pre-recorded lectures are short, segmented videos, simply to follow and understand. You can go through them at your own time, whatever pace that is comfortable to you. Once you are done with that, there are few preliminary questions that you need to complete on the Learn 2026 page, right? So once that is completed, you can go ahead and attend the in-person tutorial. So the in-person tutorial component, you'll be assigned into small tutorial groups or venues where you will meet with your tutor and other fellow students, right? So look out for an email. Once you have completed your registration for this module, look out for an email. An email will be sent to you inviting you to select a tutorial group. That selection of a tutorial group you'll complete it on your Learn 2026 page. But do not stress about it now. At this point, we need to communicate to you clearly that you need to register for this module either in the first or second semester. Once you have registered for the module, there will be further communication on how you are expected to engage in this module, right? So post the tutorial session, there are post reflection submissions that you need to submit. All of this happens on your Learn page, right? So what we've done, we've introduced an AI reflective tutor in our module that is intended to assist you to write those reflection submissions, right? So we understand that this should not take much of your time. It should not take much of your time from your self-studies for your other core module. So what we did, we introduced an AI reflective tutor robot to assist you on your Learn 2026 page when you are preparing to submit those reflection submission, right? Cool. So what you're seeing in your screen now, it's a screenshot of the Learn 2020. This was 2025 page. The 2026 page will look similar to this one. So you'll see there's lecture 1 up until to lecture 8. At the top, you can also see that there's an overall progress. So you should be able to monitor yourself and see how far are you with your engagement in the online material. However, you won't be left to your own devices. You will be supported throughout your engagement. But at this point, we want to make it clear that you need to register for this module either in the first or second semester, right? Okay, cool. Again, just to emphasize, attention student, please, you need to be aware of this, that completion of the critical social justice and citizenship module is compulsory for your graduation, right? And also I did nudge to you the university rule BR11, which speaks directly to the module. So there is a WhatsApp number that you can use if you need support. There is a team that will support you, and also there are campus specific support email that you can send your query to. So once you have registered, look out for an email from the team that will be guiding you on what you need to do moving forward to ensure that you are actively engaging in this module. So sometime next week, we'll be arranging orientation specific for the module to guide you on how to navigate the online page. We'll take you step by step on what you need to do at your spare time in preparation for the in-person tutorial. Again, support is at hand. Should you need help, there's a WhatsApp number that you can reach to and you'll be assisted. So with that said, I would like to say thank you, Dr. Frost, for inviting us and wish you students the best of 2026.
Thanks very much, Spa, for that. Yeah, so register, it's compulsory and you need it to graduate. Okay, we're on to our last speaker. It's been quite an information intense afternoon, but thank you for staying on the call. And the last speaker is not a pleasant subject, but it's a very necessary subject, and that is the whole issue of cheating, which is an absolute no-no for university and is very tempting in the world of AI. But it will get you into big trouble. It's called plagiarism at university. So we have a colleague here from student disciplinary section, Daniel Selamolela, who is going to give you some very to the point advice. Daniel.
Thank you very much, Doctor. I just want to get the right background. Okay, Good afternoon, colleagues and students. Welcome to UKZN. My name is Daniel Selamulela. I'm from the Proctor's office, so it is usually called the Discipline Office. And as much as the colleagues have said that they would want to meet you in person, I'm the last person that you would want to meet. So I have a presentation, but I'm not going to share it, Doctor, but you will maybe send to the students.
I'll do that.
But yes, I think I have quite a limited time, so I will just run through the processes, especially when it regards to first-year students. So our office deals with disciplinary issues. What we deal with academic matters and non-academic matters. So for once, I would want to tell the first years that when you're writing exams, please do not have your phone with you. Do not have notes of preparation with you. Do not go into an examination with papers that are not allowed, or do not take out any papers from the examination, because that is a misconduct. And specifically non-misconduct in my language, unfortunately not Zulu, but in my language we say kumamponi, so that means where my parents are not there. Please do not find yourself contravening any of the university rules, in as far as maybe there's a dispute between you and the other student, because our main purpose actually is to ensure that all our students are safe and all our staff members are safe. So when you engage in a WhatsApp group or an official university platform, please do so respectfully, and do not usually fight with the other people or the other staff members or the other students. So what happens in academic matters, and I need to highlight this, is that if you are found to be cheated or to be cheating in an examination or in any test, we usually give a sanction that says you are suspended, but wholly suspended. So what that means is that if you do contravene again, so if you contravene in your first year with a module, and then the following year, for whatever reason, you have a phone, or for whatever reason you cheated in an exam, or whatever reason you were panicking in an exam, we will charge you again, and that would amount to exclusion from the university. So that would be a waste of time for you to have registered with UKZN. Now, in our matters, sorry about that, colleagues. So in our matters, when matters are reported, the academic matters are reported to the academic leaders, who then would send us all the evidence, and then we would decide whether to prosecute or not to prosecute. So to prosecute means that you will be invited to a disciplinary hearing, where all the evidence will be introduced to you, or you will be knowing of the evidence. And the UKZN, unlike many other universities, actually appoint you to a legal representative who will ensure that your rights during the prosecution is protected. However, I need to say that in academic matters, usually we get 100% conviction rate, because there's a lot of stakeholders at play, and it is highly impossible that you would present a case that would expel you or expunge you from the prosecution. Sorry about that. Okay. And then after that, when we do decline to prosecute, it would be because of the following reasons: that there's insufficient evidence, or lack of availability of witnesses, or no sufficient information or statements. And then what do you need to do if you are the complainant in the matter? So let's say, for an instance, another student has contravened your rights in whatsoever way. You request a detailed reasons why we decline to prosecute, or you request a escalation of decision, and the Director of Legal Services will escalate the matter, and the final arbiter will be the registrar. And then thereafter it, you can also approach your court where you interdict or mandatory the university. Now, let's say, for an instance, you know that you had your cell phone in an exam room, and you had no reason to have your cell phone in the exams room. We usually give a proctor's warning. So a proctor's warning is issued where it's very minor offenses. So in an exam room, an invigilator would say that I saw the student had a cell phone, but I didn't see the student using the cell phone. But it changes complexities when invigilator now says, I saw the student using the cell phone. Then it would not warrant a proctor's warning. If you are found guilty of a very minor issue, we provide you with an AOG, which is called an admission of guilt, where the student then signs an admission of guilt, and we do not have to go through disciplinary court, which, by the way, it's public. Anyone can attend, but we now are doing it online. But if it warrants that we must do it in person, such as your GBV cases, we might actually make an application to do it in public. Alternative dispute resolutions, when there's a dispute, which is an ordinary dispute, very minor offenses, we try to mediate or conciliate the matters. It does not fall within the predominance of GBV or rape cases. Both parties must be willing to participate in the process. Offenses not serious enough to warrant a referral to the student discipline court. If you find yourself to be a witness in GBV matters, I would urge you to react immediately. UKZN has zero tolerance for GBV. If you see something, report it. If the RMS, which are the risk management services, and I think my colleague actually spoke about it earlier on, write your statement and you will be invited to the student disciplinary court. There's no proctor's warning, there's no AOG, there's no alternative dispute resolution, except in very limited cases. Now, I need to emphasize also to the students that are far away from home, or you're getting used to the space, that there's something called Rule 14 that the university exercises in as far as its disciplinary actions. Rule 14 means it actually deprive you from all your student benefits from the university. So that is inclusive of academics, that is inclusive of residence. If you find yourself in matters that are GBV, rape-related, or petitions, the university has the right, and we usually do that we remove students from campuses, we remove students from academic processes, which then would result in the academic consequences of you not participating or not getting the enough mark to write your exams. Right, so when we consider Rule 14, we consider the following aspects, whether you are in a shared residence, whether you are residing with the residents of the university, a leased residence, or NSFAS or private accommodation. We also consider the same campus, whether you are attending the same module or shared spaces. We also consider communication between the parties and interference of witnesses. So there's a plethora of consideration that we can take when we issue a Rule 14. Now, we have our frequently asked questions. One, I will read it. I've reported a matter to RMS and never received feedback. It's been months and I don't know what's happening with my matter. Who do I follow up with? So when you have reported a matter either to your academic leader or to your RMS dedicated on your campus, you follow up with them. You are most welcome to include the proctor's office, which is available on the website, my email address. You can include me and ask how far is your case, right? And another thing is the residence assistants that are also dedicated to your residence life. You also want to follow up with them. You can ask them, and they play a pivotal role in all residence life related matters. Let me just check. And if you are required to give testimony during the disciplinary court, you will be invited with an email on due time. Usually it's 7 days before, to appear to a disciplinary hearing or to appear in a disciplinary court. Usually we try to not overburden the academic calendar So if you do have classes at that time, you just inform us that I have classes at this time and that time. And if your matter is of serious nature, then we can write an email to your academic leader asking for you to be excused. Now, the last question is, what role would you play in any misconduct? The role that you play in any misconduct, if you are not the complainant, you are the witness, you corroborate whatever is said, you are, you are I'm trying to get the word, the injustice. You are correcting the injustice that is happening around campus. And our frequently most important essence of our office is that we need to ensure that there's justice all over our campus and that our campuses are safe. Right. I think I'm done, Sally. I ran through my presentation.
Okay. Thanks, Daniel. I think the main message there is, if you want to enjoy university, don't get into trouble. Don't cheat, don't misbehave, respect your fellow students, and you will be fine. But if you do go off the rails, the consequences are severe and very disappointing for yourself. Okay, that brings us to the end of today. I know we've gone over time, but I hope you have found it useful. What happens next? So registration closes the end of next week. So you can start attending lectures next week, even if you haven't registered. But try register this week. Go onto the website if you need assistance. There are online people all the time to help you. When you come onto campus next week, you need to get your student card. So on Maritzburg campus, it's Milner Road at the Risk Management Services offices. You go there. You need a proof of registration. On Westville campus, it's the main hall in the quad. And at Howard College campus, it's Gate 9, the old Mutual Center. And you go get your student card. You will know when your lectures are according to your timetable, and your lecturers will also email you on your UKZN email address, which is your student number at stu.ukzn.ac.za. There are boot camps next week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. This is for science and agriculture students. In one of the afternoons, you go to one of them from 2 to 4, where you will get in-person academic advice. And next week, Saturday, is the meet and greet, where you can see clubs and societies and have a fun morning. This session is recorded and will be on our orientation website. We're repeating it tomorrow in isiZulu if you want to tell people who weren't here, or if you want to come again. And Thursday is for engineering students and architecture and land surveying students in particular. Okay,
Dr.
thank
Sally?
you, everyone. Yes.
So, Dr. Sally, I think I have a question in the Q&As.
Okay, answer it very quickly.
Yes, Andisa Nene asked me if witnesses can report GBV cases anonymous. Yes, you can report cases anonymous. You report it to RMS, and then you state that you want to be anonymous if you have observed something and you fear the perpetrator. And then after that, we will do in-camera. So in-camera means that we will protect your identity. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, thanks, everyone. I think we have now come to an end to this afternoon's session. Thank you for attending. All the best for your time at UKZN. Hope you find it stimulating and rewarding, and we are here to help you. And I'm going to end the meeting now. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.